Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Oklahoma. This video is for you. You see, here at Washington Gun Law, we have not had a lot of good news lately. Between all the state legislatures throwing temper tantrums over the Bruen opinion, plus the ATF and the Biden administration running amok, we have really been nothing but the bearers of bad news. However, lately, we've seen a trend, a very encouraging trend, in which local law enforcement is beginning to push back on some of this nonsense. And now, it's the state of Oklahoma's turn to have their say in this. So today, let's spend a few minutes and talk about when your sheriffs tell the ATF they're on their own. Okay, so the subject that we are talking about today is this first, a very disturbing trend that we have seen ever since the Supreme Court back in last summer announced their ruling in New York Pistol and Rifle Association v. Bruen. We have seen state after state after state after state throw nothing but a temper tantrum over the whole thing, where essentially we're having state legislatures and governors basically saying, oh yeah, you don't think we can take your constitutional rights? Well then watch this. And we have seen piece of legislation after piece of legislation all around this country that is doing nothing more than just trying to strip and rob American citizens of their Second Amendment rights. Now, a trend that developed actually here in Washington State, perhaps making it only the second good trend to ever come from this state other than grunge music, was that the Washington State Sheriff's Association wrote a nasty little letter to our governor, Jay Inslee, about all of his new proposed gun control legislation and what they thought of it. Well, not to be outdone by that, along came the Illinois Sheriff's Association, who, if any of you have tracked the history, the absolutely diabolical and sinister ways in which House Bill 5471 in Illinois was passed, you will understand exactly why the Illinois sheriffs did what they did. And they wrote their governor an incredibly nasty letter telling him exactly what they thought about his gun-grabbing efforts. Well, not to be outdone by that, along comes the state of Arkansas. You see, the state of Arkansas decided, hey, we're going to kick it up a notch here, okay? We're actually going to go tell the ATF to go pound sand. And the Arkansas Sheriff's Association did exactly that. We talked about it in this video. Well, now, along comes the state of Oklahoma, and we have multiple sheriff departments that have basically said, hey, listen, we've read ATF's new pistol brace rule. We know that this is only a rule. It is not a law. Candidly, it infringes upon our citizens' constitutional rights, and candidly, we're not going to help you enforce it. Now, enter into the picture Oklahoma County Sheriff Tommie Johnson III, because Sheriff Johnson decided to go one step further and post this video. So without further ado, let's roll the tape.
I'm Oklahoma County Sheriff Tommie Johnson III, and I would like to clearly state my intentions concerning my deputies enforcing ATF Final Rule 2021 R-08F regarding the use of stabilizing braces on pistols. On Friday, January 13th, the United States Department of Justice released a new rule prohibiting the use of stabilizing braces on pistols. Currently, there are millions of pistols with stabilizing braces in use in the United States. According to the Oklahoma State statute, local law enforcement personnel cannot enforce a rule established by the DOJ, as opposed to a federal law established by Congress. This state statute creates a contradiction. Therefore, I have instructed my deputies, if you encounter someone in possession of a pistol with a stabilizing brace during a low-level incidental contact, like a traffic stop, traffic collision, or a motorist assist, deputies are not to take any action in regard to enforcement of ATF Final Rule 2021 R-08F. If a deputy encounters someone in possession of a pistol with a stabilizing brace while committing a crime with that weapon, that person will be arrested and prosecuted as allowable by state and federal law. In other words, if a deputy encounters someone with a pistol equipped with a stabilizing brace, they will take no action against that person, unless that person is using the weapon in the commission of a crime. Additionally, I will not allow my deputies to participate in any enforcement action or confiscation pertaining to the ATF Final Rule 2021 R-08F or anything similar enacted in the same manner. I'm Sheriff Tommie Johnson III, and like all the men and women here at the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office, I am proud to serve you.
was just beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, so thank you very much to Sheriff Johnson. Now, as you can see, similar to what we saw in Arkansas, the state of Oklahoma, perhaps in a very Nostradamus-like fashion, saw some of these problems coming. And through Senate Bill 631, they passed what is now known as Oklahoma Statute 1289.24E of Title 21. That is the statute that makes the state of Oklahoma a Second Amendment sanctuary state. What exactly does that law read? Well, the Oklahoma law reads, any federal, state, county, or municipal act, law, executive order, administrative order, court order, rule, policy, or regulation ordering the buyback, confiscation, or surrender of firearms, firearm accessories, or ammunition from law-abiding citizens of this state shall be considered an infringement on the rights of citizens to keep and bear arms. And I'm about to get misty-eyed once again. That is how the state of Oklahoma has protected its citizens' Second Amendment rights. So we are beginning to see this trend here, where despite the fact that we're seeing state governments and the federal government reaching out in some of the most desperate fashions humanly possible, trying to disarm you, the lawful and responsible gun owner nationwide, we are beginning to see sheriff's departments and other law enforcement agencies significantly push back. Now, there is a very positive sign here, and it's actually on multiple levels. Number one, let us first remember the source of this opinion, because these are the very people that are tasked with keeping our communities safe. These are the very people who understand what it takes to commit crimes, why crimes are committed, how crimes are committed, and what we can do to prevent further commission of crimes. Now, it should come as a shock to nobody that they do not support any of these types of legislation because, well, these types of legislations don't solve the crime problem. Now, does it? More importantly, though, that while the sheriff's primary goal is to keep our community safe, an equally important yet secondary role is to ensure and protect the rights and privileges of all of its citizens. So to Sheriff Johnson and everyone else in the state of Oklahoma, the state of Arkansas, the state of Illinois, the state of Washington, everyone who has authored a letter here to one of your elected officials, or in this instance, straight to the federal government and said, hey, these laws are unconstitutional and we ain't enforcing them. Congratulations to you. You are the ones that are truly taking your job seriously. Listen, you may have more questions about ATF's pistol brace rule or all the sheriffs telling ATF to go pound sand. And if you do, you guys should know the drill by now. You can always contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Now, in the meantime, let's remember, part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.